For Super Bowl Sunday, I made red wine short ribs. Let's do it. These are some American Wagyu short ribs I got from Costco. I dry brined them in salt for 48 hours. I'm gonna tie up a bouquet garni of thyme, parsley, rosemary. In my heavy bottom Dutch oven pan, I'm gonna start searing off these pre-seasoned short ribs in batches, getting them nice and brown. You already know we're coming in with the handmade tongs from Stagecoach Farm and Forage, link in description below. We're looking for about that color on all sides before we go in with the onions. We'll hit those with a good pinch of salt to help break them down before going in with the pepper and then carrots and celery. And notice how I toss a whole bulb of garlic in there before going in with the tomato paste. We're not going to be too dainty here, just getting the job done. When everything smells good and is nice and soft, I'm going to go in with another Costco find, some red wine. Give some time for that alcohol smell to burn off, then in with your bouquet and the bay leaves. I probably could have just bundled the bay leaf in, but you know what, too bad. In with the short ribs, in with chicken stock, just enough to almost cover. Then put your lid on into the oven at 350 degrees for about 4 hours. Alright, garlic herb butter in the works. I'm gonna rough chop some parsley and add it to some Kirkland New Zealand grass-fed butter. I don't know why, but I thought that cow was a giraffe for a while, which literally doesn't make sense. Gonna microplane my garlic to make it a fine paste. I used about 3 to 4 cloves, and this is already salted. Don't add any extra salt unless you prefer to, and chili flakes in. And we're gonna mix this up till it's all nice and combined like here. Okay, we're gonna spread this butter in some press and seal and then give it a nice log shape, roll it up, put it in the fridge to reharden. And one of my favorite garnishes is fried shallots. So I'm gonna make some of these and you'll see where these are gonna go in a little bit. We're gonna use them with some mashed potatoes and they have like a really nice kind of nutty, toasty taste. Into some hot oil at about 350 for a few minutes until brown, just like this. No need to add any extra flour to these, they kind of crisp up on their own. Just put them on a paper towel or something to drain off that excess oil and set them aside until you need them. Time to get our potatoes ready for mashing. We're just gonna boil them in some salted water on the stove. And at this time I've timed it so the meat is just about ready. Check the right side of the pot, the bone has fallen off the meat already. Or is it meat fall off the bone? Whichever. We're gonna take out the meat and set it aside on this plate, leaving the bones behind so effortlessly, and let it rest while we prepare the mashed potatoes. We're gonna save this base for the sauce coming up soon. This is a potato ricer. We squeeze through the pre-cooked potatoes just like this. Comes out in little strands, nice and silky. We're gonna season up some heavy cream, which we're gonna add to the mix. Give it that nice fluffy texture just like this. Make sure to taste it for seasoning and adjust, and then we start reducing our sauce, adding butter, cold butter a little at a time. It's just gonna transform into this silky mixture you see here, ready for some delectable spoonage. Finally, it's time to plate. We're gonna start with some mashed potatoes. We're gonna take a coin of that compound butter we made earlier and set it right in there to melt before adding some of our fried shallots and then placing our delectable short rib there on top. Look at that color. And then spooning over this red wine kind of glazy sauce here, and then finishing with some fresh chopped chives. Let's try it. This was so delicious. I can't recommend you make this enough. If you have a few hours on a Sunday, if it's raining or whatever, this was Super Bowl Sunday for us. Just try it. You can do it. Thanks again for the love on the last video. Hopefully on this one too. We'll see you next time.